Good morning. It is May 9th, and we are in the lovely town of Loganville, Georgia, here with Doug Blevins, with Alpha Insurance. And I first want to welcome you and thank you for being a chamber member, and welcome to Walton County. And we're excited to have you. And so you've got to come out and see his office and get your insurance, get taken care of. And before we go any further, I want to let the mayor, Dan, if you would just say a couple of things.
Sure, Doug. It's great to have you here in our city. We know you're going to be successful and have many, many years. I know you got your wife behind you over there, literally behind you this morning over there. But welcome to Loganville.
Thank you very much.
If we ever be of any help to you, please feel free to give us a call.
Absolutely. We're very, very, very glad to be here.
Thank you, Mayor. So, Doug, tell us about Alpha Insurance. Who all you can take care of?
Well, everybody under the sun. Alpha is a multi-line insurance company. We handle everything that there is, from simple home, auto, life, financial products, but we actually have an arm for any insurance product in the industry. So there is not an insurance product that we cannot write or do a policy for policyholders, and then come back and discount your original policies as well.
Excellent. So they can call in, get different rates if they're just wanting to compare what they have currently?
Absolutely. You can call us here at the office, 770-599-5145. Email us. We are online. We have social media up and running, Facebook, Alpha Agency.
I think you even said Snapchat.
We do. We have a Snapchat going.
There you go.
As long as we can make it fun and creative. Alpha Insurance, Doug Blevins, and Facebook is Alpha Insurance, Doug Blevins Agency. We're trying to get out there and get some roots planted.
Excellent. Well, tell them how they can find you if they want to stop in and come say hello.
Our office here locally is located in Hampton Place, the city of Loganville. So we're at 7742 Hampton Place, and I was just informed that you do not want to put place in your GPS, just abbreviated as PL. Building number 3, come straight to the back, and you won't miss the Alpha sign on the front door.
Very good. And would you like to introduce anybody?
I certainly would. Thank you. Yeah, my wife Samantha. This is our associate agent with us, Chance Kessler. Mr. Lee Moore. Probably the first friend I had here in Loganville that I met at church and at the gym, and new friends and chamber members that I'm finally meeting today.
Great. And Chance just graduated too, so he's like on the move just this past weekend, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So he came, graduated, he's here, he's ready to work, he's out in the real world and still has a smile on his face. So come stop by and say hello to Chance and to Doug. And again, we want to thank you and congratulations. And you ready to go cut your ribbon?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
There we go. Good job.
Y'all did post ties as mayor.
Hi, Jenny Givens with the Walton Chamber, and it's the 10th of May, and we're spending 10 on the 10th as part of our Buy Local campaign. And today we're heading over to JL Designs, one of our members, to surprise them and spend our $10. Buy Local.
And they're walking over for the big surprise.
Local florist here in town, and I would say about 80% of our business now is weddings and events. We handle usually about 4 to 5 weddings every weekend. So all this great hair is coming from. But we still have the studio open during the week, and mostly we carry just fresh flowers now. Mostly, a lot of our clients come in and just gather fresh flowers up for to take home and enjoy. But we also do handle everyday deliveries, birthdays, hospitals, that kind of stuff like that. So so that's how we are. We've been here at this location for 6 years, but I just realized yesterday that this is my 30th year.
Wow. Is it really?
Jeff, you're not that old. You're not that old.
We are not that old.
We graduated together.
I guess I started when I was 11.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But yes, 30 years.
Wow.
That's awesome. Wow.
Kind of scary to think about. I'm doing this for 30 years. So anyway.
And you're still doing your classes too? You just check the Facebook page for when y'all offer those?
Yes, we have. Yes.
Yeah.
We haven't had any this year because we can't find any free time on the calendar. So probably this summer we'll get it back in, because our slower time is usually July and August. So we'll probably put some classes in those months to keep us all busy, like we don't stay busy enough. But anyway, we all have to stay busy. So yeah, that's who we are. That's what we do. So yeah, we're glad to have y'all for sure. So
So you can just find these lists.
Well, it's Saturday, May the 15th, and Hometown Tire is having their Customer Appreciation Day. As you can see, they're beginning to come in. It's about 9:45, and as the day goes on, it'll get pretty crowded in here if it does like it has in the past. But they've got activities in here, and they've got food, and so it's a Customer Appreciation Day at Hometown Tire.
You had a good idea.
I see you.
Hi, my name's Andy Bird, and my farm is Whippoorwill Holler Farm. We're out on 138, out towards Walnut Grove. This is our first day here at the market. At our farm, we have a weekly basket called CSA. Usually 8 items in it, and there's 25 a week. Gives you a better value when you come pick it up. We have it on Tuesday afternoon pickup.
I'm Rick Kozak, and this is my wife, Krista Carroll, and we have Mountain Creek Farm out on 630 Riverbend Road. We raise pasture, pork, and beef.
We'll be here through June, well, in mid-June, and then we'll take a break a little bit in the summer and come back and be here towards the end of the year, end of August, September, October. And right now we have pork for sale. Towards the end of the season, we'll have beef also.
But in your family, your farm, it's a family farm, isn't it?
It is. We bought the back part of the family farm, so we're on some beautiful rolling hills that go down to Mountain Creek, out there off of Monroe Jersey Road, and it's been out there, my family has been, at least since the early 70s. So we look forward to continuing that family farm as long as we can.
And if anybody wants to get a hold of you, your phone number?
Yep, rig sale is 678-522-6560.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning. Pilot Club is volunteering at the information booth at the Monroe Downtown Farmers Market. Y'all come on out. It's a great event, a huge market today. We'd love to see you. The weather's cool, lots of fresh produce, live music, baked goods, handmade crafts. Y'all come on out.
I'm Jake. I'm Levi.
And I'm Devontae. And this is Dilly Brothers Shave Ice.
We've been open since 2014, May.
Hi, I'm Karen Dean with Walton Animal Guild. We're a local organization in Walton County. We've been around since 2007, and we do rescue and adoption. We get animals from the shelter, find new homes for them. We also do spay-neuter, and we help low-income people with spay-neuter, and I'm really excited about a program we've got. The Georgia Department of Agriculture has given us some funding, and so we are making available money to people who live in the Monroe area. If you are on any type of government assistance, then we can help get your cat or dog spayed or neutered, so that will help keep puppies and kittens from being born. So there's a couple of ways you can find out about our programs. We have a website, which is wagwalton.com. That's WAGWALTON.com. Or you can call us at 770-207-1896, and we will be glad to tell you more about our programs. We also have a pet food pantry that we work in conjunction with Fish in Monroe, so if anybody that you know needs help feeding their pets, we'll be glad to help with that. So I hope we can help you in some way, and give your pet a hug for us.
Hi, I'm Janice Petita from Desert Mountain Alpaca Ranch. My farm is in Mansfield, Georgia. And what we do is every year we shear our alpacas and we take their fiber, we send it off to a mill to be spun, and I tell them what kind of weight yarn that I want. They send it back to me. If I want to dye it, I go ahead and dye it, and then I create products such as crocheted tunics, hats, scarves, gloves, anything that you want to wear as apparel. It could also be used in knitting and weaving, etc. So if you're needing any kind of alpaca made product, or if you want to talk about alpacas, if you're interested in raising these wonderfully green animals, give me a call at 470-258-1527.
Hi, my name's Mikey, and I'm here with Herdscapes out at the Monroe Farmers Market, and we've brought a couple goats out with us. It's nap time right now, but they've been eating all morning. And what we do is we rent them out to people to clear land, so if you've got an overgrown backyard, a swampy area that's hard to get back to with the tractor or anything like that, they'll eat it all up. They'll eat privet, kudzu, poison ivy, English ivy, you name it. And you can reach us at herdscapes.com or 770-833-9504.
Hey, I'm Daniel Parson with the Oxford College Farm. We grow organic vegetables that you can find here at the Monroe Farmers Market any Saturday morning from 8:30 to 12:30. We also do a CSA program. You can find us online. Just look at the Oxford College website and look for the organic farm. Today we've got lots of greens, kale, we've got broccoli, sugar snap peas, lettuces, things like that, all in season. Going right down in Oxford, Georgia.
When all of the love that
The ladder was too short. I could get up there. So I got up there and I found my
Make some of your moves.
All right. Well, we are so excited to have all 4 of our state legislators here. Well, 3, one's on his way. Here for our May program. You have the bios on your tables, so I'm not going to read each of them, but please take the time to read about them. We're going to follow in order of the program to hear from each of them. We're going to start with Senator Jones and then go on to Representative Kirby and Representative Williamson. And then Senator Calsert will jump in as soon as he arrives. So let's give them a hand for all they do for Walton County.
Pleasure to be here again today. This is probably the best crowd I've seen. This is 5 years I've been in the legislature, and 4 times I've made it to this event, and this is probably the best crowd. So congratulations. But business must be going well, because if the chamber's thriving, usually that means there's a lot of small businesses that are thriving as well. I want to thank the chamber for putting this event on today, as well as our sponsors, Pinnacle Bank and Athens Orthopedic. We appreciate, and all the sponsors here appreciate your willingness to give your finances and give your time and come and listen to us. I hope we're as good as the food is that you have in front of you. But it is always a pleasure serving with the Walton County delegation, Kirby and Bruce Williamson and Senator Calsert, even though he's most of the time late, are always good to serve with. I'm teasing though, but if y'all have any tough questions, wait till he gets here so he can answer them all. This legislative session was pretty interesting. As always, we've got just a handful of big items. I mean, we had a $25 billion budget, but most of that budget is eaten up with education, transportation, and health care. Those are always the three big line items that take on a lot of the dollars that the state produces. And this year was no different, even though we did have a good surplus as far as revenue flow into the state. Seems like the cost of everything continues to go up. As you all know, being business owners, and particular cost is in transportation and in healthcare. Healthcare for almost 6 years now has been a very unstable market. Obviously because of all the uncertainty surrounding by the Affordable Health Care Act, and now recently we passed a new piece of legislation that is called the American Health Care Act, which is the verdict's still going to be out on what that's going to do to us as business owners. So therefore, we as business owners will have to suffer until something is ironed out that makes sense. I know, being a small business owner myself, over in Jackson, Georgia, we've watched our insurance costs. We used to pride ourselves on the contributions that we were able to give to our employees. We've got a company there in Jackson, Georgia, where we employ close to 1,000 people. And one of the things that we used to pride ourselves on is the fact that we always had a good 401k program where we would allow people to participate at the highest percentage level, and then we would always match it dollar for dollar, at the end of the year. Whatever they put in, we matched it. And also we always provided health care coverage and was able to pay for that 100%. And it used to be a line item that you didn't pay much attention to. You just had your renewal come in, and you'd go through it, and you'd work with your agent, and you'd try to get your pricing down as much as possible. And then at the end of the day, you said, well, that's just the cost of doing business. Well, now that line item has gotten to be a significant number in most people's businesses. Those of you that have employees will know that, and so it's something that you have to pay attention to. And I know in our company, and I know in all the companies that we deal with, that's a cost that has gone up exponentially over the last 6 or 7 years. So, we need, and at the federal level, I was actually privileged to receive a phone call yesterday from a friend of mine who was actually working in the White House, and he asked me if I would like to come to D.C. and participate in a roundtable with about 15 or 20 legislators / business people from around the country to talk about the future plans for the American Care Act or Affordable Care Act, whatever you want to call it, the health insurance plans for the country. And obviously I'm honored that they called to ask me to do that, but also I'm a little bit nervous because that tells me they really don't know what they want to do with it yet. So that's a concern that I have as a legislator and a business owner moving forward, because the one thing I would say as far as and when I get to go to DC and participate in that roundtable, the biggest line item, if you can pick one out, health care in general, from hospitals to patients to doctors, it is not a cookie cutter operation to pharmaceutical companies. It is a lot of moving parts to the healthcare system, and but as far as individual healthcare and company and business or group healthcare, is the one thing that I would encourage that we do for a healthcare system is we have to eliminate the pre-existing conditions as a part of the regular healthcare. Now, I'm not saying that, we can't cover those people that have pre-existing conditions. What I'm saying is if we're going to agree to cover pre-existing conditions, then we need to set them up in a pool for themselves, almost like Medicaid, Medicare, and figure out a way to fund that program, and then allow the free market healthcare system that we've grown to know and be accustomed to take on the people that can or have the ability to buy health insurance and things of that nature, because there's no actuaries in the insurance company. There's no actuaries. It's almost like when you get a life insurance policy and they're going to ask your age, your weight, how old you are. They're going to go through all these different questions, and that's going to give them a good idea of what kind of exposure they have. When you don't know, when an insurance company can't have an actuary on what might happen, meaning they have somebody, you got a good group, you got a young, healthy group, they would probably have a low premium cost. But if they can't be able to factor in, or if they have to factor in the unknown, which is somebody coming down with pancreatic cancer, somebody coming down with a debilitating disease that would throw the whole system out of whack, is something that I think has to be addressed. That's a big issue. Like I said, if we want to cover, we want to try to provide health insurance for everyone, and what we need to do is create a pool for those who are in the pre-existing conditions or in the place where they can't afford the health insurance, and we need to create a pool for that, and then free up the insurance companies to be able to do what they do as far as giving people a good indication of what their premium should be. So, with that being said, that's what I would do on the healthcare front, and obviously I'm very interested in being involved in that conversation, because here in Georgia, particularly in rural counties, not only is for small businesses, our healthcare costs can continue to rise, and the ability to access healthcare is getting tougher, but it is putting a strain because of the unknown in the marketplace is putting a real strain on a lot of our hospitals around the state. And in particular rural communities, and I represent 9 counties, all of which are with the exception of Bibb County, all of them are pretty rural counties. I mean, they're very less than 20,000 in population, and most of them have small local hospitals, and every one of those, with the exception of one, are barely able to keep the doors open right now. They are struggling, and they're trying to find ways to create new programs that could generate more revenue for their system. But what we did do at the legislature for rural hospitals this past session was something that we called a rural hospital tax credit, which will enable us, similar to some of the other tax credit programs, where similar to the GOLD program, I know some of you might be familiar with, that we've done with the education system, where people, instead of having their income taxes go to directly to the state, they can defer those taxes to go to something like at their local rural hospital. And we increased that percentage from 70% up to 90% this past legislative session, and capping it at each hospital being able to take in $4 million. The max they can take in is $4 million a year. But either way, that gives our local community the opportunity to put some skin in the game in trying to help their local community keep a hospital, because everybody knows, in order for a small community to thrive and attract new people or attract new industries or whatever it is, they got to have a few things. They got to have good quality of life. They got to have a good public education system, and they've got to have some sort of health care program in place. Because if you and then obviously transportation is always a big line item as well. But if you don't have quality of life, good public education, and health care in place, then there's a good chance you're going to be overlooked by a lot of different people and entities. So that was something I was proud that we were able to get done here this past legislative session for rural hospitals. But we still got a long way to go, and we're going to have to continue to I got a call this morning from a director of a hospital in my district, and they told me, point blank, we're going to have to restructure what we're doing here, and hopefully we're going to have some takers for our facility, and that's a community that the hospital is probably the third largest employer in that community, and as a backbone in a lot of aspects in that community. So healthcare continues to be an issue both at the federal and the state level that we're going to continue to address. We're going to see exactly what these tax credits will do for our rural hospitals. I'm hoping it's going to have a positive impact. I know it will in some areas of the state, and then in other areas they're just not going to be able to sustain, and we're going to have to figure out how to either get regional emergency care facilities in place, or places that are more accessible for rural areas to be able to locate and try to be good stewards to our people here.
Good morning. Thank you for watching. I'm Dina Huff. I'm the director for the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth. And today I just want to share with you a little bit about what's coming up. We are, we're already in the month of May, and before you know it, school will be out, the kids will be out for the summer, and all the parents will be looking for something to do for their kids. So we here at the Partnership offer monthly meetings. We do not take the summer off. We only take the month of July off. We have collaborative meetings the third Tuesday of the month at 8 a.m. at Felker Gym, and that's a time for folks in the community to come together and share information and resources. So if you are available, we invite you. That's open to the public. We invite you to come and get information about what's going on in Walton County. And just to give you a few ideas about what's going on this summer, if you're looking for something to do with your kids, if you're a stay-at-home mom, an idea may be to get involved with fish. They provide sack lunches every summer. I think they're up to over 2,000 kids each day that they deliver a summer sandwich and some other items in a bag that they deliver each day. So that is a wonderful opportunity for your kids to learn, to give to others, and you can be a part of that as well. Also, they will have some activities at your library, whether you're in Monroe, Loganville, Social Circle, Walnut Grove, all those areas you will be able to go, check out a book, and read. They will have different activities going on in the various libraries in Walton County, so I suggest that you check those out as well. And also, there's a summer camp, and that is starting in June, and I believe that will go all summer long. And the contact for that is Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. That number is 770-207-8937. So that is a camp that your kids can participate all summer long. Of course, there's a cost to that. You would have to contact the person in charge to find out about that. Now, something else that I would like to speak to you about is Alcovy CASA. That's court-appointed special advocates. Now, this is one of our partners, and they're very near and dear to my heart. May is National Foster Care Month, and we have a huge need for foster care parents in Walton County. So if you feel led and you have a need, we would like for you to contact us, and I can put you in touch with the correct person to become a volunteer. You can volunteer with Alcovy CASA without becoming a foster parent, and maybe get some more information about becoming a foster parent, or just do other activities and just volunteer if you don't have as much time as it would take to become a foster parent. So you can get in touch with me about that, and I'll give you the information for the local person. So let's see what else I have. We have the First Friday concert coming up this Friday, and I know it'll be too late after this airs, but please know that this starts May 5th, and today is May 4th. We have the Spring Fling and Kids Fest coming up with the Monroe Farmers Market, Saturday, May 13th, 8:30 to 1. And there's just a lot going on. So instead of the kids sitting on the sofa or sitting in their bedroom this summer, have them out doing stuff. Give them chores to do this summer. It's always good for kids to learn new things. Let them get involved in other things. There's always opportunities for them to volunteer different places in Walton County. And you can always call us. We may not know the answer, but we can always find a resource to maybe send you to. So give us a call here at the partnership if you have any questions. And like I said, today is May the 4th, and it is my son's birthday. So I would like to wish Bryce Huff a very happy birthday. So if you have any questions for us here at the partnership, please feel free to give us a call at 770-207-6060. Thank you.
Good morning again. Michael Davis here with you from your Walton County Extension Office. Coming to you today here the first part of May. Got a little information for you I'd like to give out. First of all, we want to congratulate some of our 4-H teams on their fine show here the last few weeks. First of all, congratulations to our junior state horse judging teams. They placed first and third. We had 2 junior teams. They received honors both in first and third place in the state. They also competed in the hippology contest, in which they placed very high there as well. And of course, hippology, for those who don't know it, that's the actual science of the horse. That's the study of the horse. Also, our junior team, they finished third in, our senior team, they finished third in the state and had the high individual, Miss Maddie Hutchinson, and that's a great accomplishment for her and for them. Also, our junior air rifle team recently competed down at Rock Eagle at their state contest or competition, and they came in first as well in the sporter division and had the high individual there as well, Miss Lucy Peters. We want to give a shout out to her and also say congratulations to them. Our junior poultry judging team just recently competed the 3rd of May and down in Henry County at McDonough, and placed third in that area contest out of roughly 20 teams. So good job there. They had the 10th high individual for the contest, Jackson Davis. We want to say a shout out to him as well, and good job there, poultry judging team. Our goat club recently held their spring dairy goat show back at the end of April, and they had a lot of contestants out there showing off their dairy goats. And they've got their big market goat show coming up here in June, on the 10th of June at the Ag Center. So if you want to check out that, that'll be another good opportunity to go out and check out some goats. There'll be a large number of them out there, well over 200. So come on out on June 10th if you're in the area for our market goat show. And Mr. Blair and that group does a great job there with them. Our state BB match is coming up, and in fact will be occurring on May 6th down at Rock Eagle. There'll be well over 500 shooters at that match, and we want to wish our teams good luck in that. All our shooters this year qualified for that match, and we want to say a big shout out and thanks to Mr. Carlin and his group that worked with those youth. and along with Miss Kathy Sasser for the work that they do with those kids, and wish them the best of luck and good luck there on that contest. We still have a few spaces available for 4-H camp for our Cloverleaf 4-H'ers, which is at Rock Eagle this year with us. That'll be coming up the week, believe it or not, unfortunately, it's the week of July the 4th, which I know we have a lot of plans, but if you don't have plans and want to send your kid to camp, they'll get fireworks down there, which is the only week of camp that they have fireworks, will be that week that we're there. We have a few spots available for any child in 4-H or any child in Walton County, 4th through the 6th grade. Contact or come by the office for more information on Cloverleaf Camp at Rock Eagle, which is the week of July the 3rd through the 7th. We'll be down there, and there'll be a lot of activities going on. They will stay active and get off the couch, so you won't have to worry about them being a couch potato that week, and they'll have a lot of fun. And we look forward to those who are going to that experience. It's a great experience. If you've never been involved, it is one of the highlights of our 4-H program, our camping program. Again, contact the office at 770-267-1324 for more information. We also have many things here available to our general public. I want to make mention too, we're still available to bring any kind of soil sample into us or water samples. We have those bags for the soil samples. We have the bottles for the water testing if you need those. Also, we have information on the radon testing, which has been something in the news here of late. You can contact, again, our office for that, or come by and see us for more information on those. Joel Burnstead, our ag agent, he will be glad to speak with you. So, yes, in our office, again, we are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to noon. We take an hour off for lunch, and then we're back open 1 to 5. That's Monday through Friday. Again, our number is 770-267-1324. Again, congratulations to all these 4-H teams. Good luck to those who are participating here in the near future. And if you're around June 10th, come on out to the Ag Center to the Goat Show. And if you want more information about summer camp, give us a call. Until next time, have a great day. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful in the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. Hope everyone's having a good spring. We've stayed real busy down here at the center, and I wanted to take the time to remind everyone we're still having some issues with people we see pulling in with limbs and bags full of grass clippings and even some leaves left over from the winter. And I just wanted to remind everyone that we do not accept those here, and we really hate to have to turn you away after you've drove all the way down here just to find out that we don't accept that stuff. But we don't accept any yard waste of any kind, and we'd be happy to give you the information to all of the inert landfill sites that we have across the county that do take those things. And you're welcome to call us at 770-267-1421 to get any of those places that are around the county that you can take those items. Paint has been another thing I wanted to remind everyone of. We're having some more of that come in. We do not accept paint here. You can use the kitty litter and oil dry to put in the paint cans with the paint you have to absorb the paint, and the rule of thumb is at that point you mix in the kitty litter or oil dry, and once it's absorbed all of the paint is supposed to be removed from the bucket. It can be removed into newspaper or another bag or whatnot, and can then be put in the trash safely. Your empty buckets that are recyclable can be brought in to be recycled at that point, but the paint is supposed to be out of the bucket and it is supposed to be dry. Last year we met some paint contractors that had come in here, And another way they said they were doing it that maybe we could spread the word with is they would lay out a tarp that they use to cover the floor to paint. And if there was only a little bit of paint left in the bucket, they would just pour the paint on the tarp and it would spread out real thin. And they said that that would dry in an afternoon or whatever, and they would just go and roll the paint up and then put it in the trash. As long as it's in dry form, it can be put in your trash and be thrown away. Just wanted to remind you of that. And of course, we do plan to continue to do our paint collection event. We'll be, if we don't do one sooner, we'll be looking to do one again in November. So if that just seems like more work than you want to put into it, just hold on to your cans for a little longer. And we will be planning to do another paint collection event for America Recycles Day in November, so you can be looking out for that. Some things we have coming up is we are going to have a document destruction event on Saturday, June the 3rd, here at the Recycling Center. It's going to be from 9 to 11. So we shortened it a little bit this year, so there's only going to be 2 hours to get in here. So get on in and bring all of your unwanted or private documents that you would like to be properly disposed of. We will be here with Lindsay Group doing that. We're also going to do a flag collection event. We've had an Eagle Scout this building us a flag box that we're going to keep here all the time at the Recycling Center as a place where our citizens can bring in any old tattered or worn flags, and you can be assured that they're going to be disposed of properly with the Scouts. To kick that off, we're going to have that box out front on the day of document destruction. So if you have those flags, feel free to bring them. We will have a place to put them that day. As far as the document destruction, just remember that the limit is 2 banker-sized boxes per vehicle, and it is for residents only, not businesses. So just be aware of that. Anything over 2 boxes is at the discretion of the Lindsay Group. Generally, what they've told us is they're going to charge $5 a box for anything over 2 boxes. There's been times they haven't done that, but my advice is to keep it at 2 boxes. Unless you're willing to pay the $5 per box over that number. Again, we'll be here from 9 to 11. If you have any questions about it, feel free to call us down here. Again, the number is 770-267-1421. And that's what we have coming up. It's what we're working on. And again, like I do every single time you hear me talk, I want to invite any of you that's never been out to our facility before to come on out and walk in the front door and just tell us you're here for information, want to see the place, find out what it is we do here. It's why we're here. We want to explain to anybody that wants to come in why what we're doing is important and why recycling and the environment should also be important to them. So feel free to come on out and see us anytime. Until next time, thank you.
Hi, this is Jody Johnson. I'm here with the Recreation Report. Glad to see that our spring sports are going real well. We've had some pretty good early spring weather, but we're taking a little break right now due to the spring break. The school system's all lined up pretty well for us, so we were able to take a week off of all of our activities to let people have some good family time and go on vacations and do that sort of thing. As all of our sports, right when we get kind of in the middle of the other sports starting, we start turning our focus on the next part of our programs that's coming up, which means our fall sports registrations. That will be coming up very, very soon towards the end of May, actually May 8th through the 13th. You can go by one of the community centers at Social Circle, Monroe, at Felker Park, or at Meridian in Loganville, and sign up for one of our softball, baseball, soccer, cheerleading, football. We have all of those programs athletically going on May 8th through the 13th. The fee is around $75 for most of the participants that we have right here in the fall. So it's usually one of our largest programs that we have is our fall sports programs. Usually around 2,000 to 2,500 kids sign up for our fall sports program, so it's a great time to get in. I've also had a lot of phone calls of people asking about our ponds. This being early spring, a lot of fish are coming up to the banks, kind of waking up from their long winter's nap. But so people are asking when can they go fishing in the few ponds that we have here with the county. The DNR always stocks our pond with about 2,000, 2,500 catfish each year. So we have to close those things down until we have our opening day, or what we call our fishing derby, our fishing and casting contest. And that will be coming up real soon. On Saturday, April 30th, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m., we'll have it at Meridian Park. That's in Loganville, and that's always a real popular one. We usually average around 300 to 500 people that show up for that fishing and casting contest. And then Saturday, May 7th, from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m., we'll have it at Matthews Park. And then from that Saturday forward, we'll have our regular fishing open for the general public. It just takes that long, and I know this is the prime time that everybody wants to get out and fish, but it takes that length of time for our fish to mature, so they're worth catching. So, and each year we put about 2,000 catfish in, and then throughout the year those things get caught out, and either thrown back or a few are kept. But anyway, that's a huge program, our fishing and casting contest, where we do give out prizes for the largest fish caught and some of the skills challenges that we have with the casting contest. And it's all by age, ages 4 and 5, ages 6 and 8, ages 9, 10, ages 11 and 12, and then 13 through adults is where we have the categories for that fishing contest. I'll put that flyer up here at the end of our speech. But also want to invite you out to our community centers. We have a lot of great programs that are going on right now. We have a lot of room since basketball's over. Our gyms are back open for use, so there's plenty of room for our programs, whether it's kickboxing or Zumba, anything that you want to get in shape for this spring. Go to our website, look at the program. You can call our community centers. They can give you all kind of information on that. I also want to invite you to come out to the weight rooms that we have available. We have the walking tracks that are there that are climate controlled. Maybe it's a little windy outside. The weather may be right, but it's a little windy. You can go out and get in our climate controlled areas and walk and exercise. It's a great place to go and do that. So again, I want to invite you. Our website has got a wealth of information for you. WaltonCountyGA.gov. It's always there for you. You can find a park near you. You can look at the pavilions to rent. We have a lot of good things on that website for you to look at and to explore. So we invite you to use the parks that the Board of Commissioners have blessed us to be able to maintain for you. So go out and use the parks for what they're used for, and we'll try to keep everything nice and clean for you to the best of our ability. So again, I'll have the flyer up here with our fall sports registrations. Please don't miss that. It's kind of way before, but we have to kind of put this thing, the registration, before school lets out, and then we'll start that program as school starts back in the next school year. Again, our fishing contests are coming up, and we'll send this flyer out to about 15,000 of the kids throughout the school system here in the next week or so to remind you of the registrations and the programs that we have. So hope to see you soon at a park, and until next time. But also remember, sportsmanship starts at home. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is David at Reboot with the Reboot Tech Tip. We constantly have people coming in here saying that they get these weird messages popping up on their computers, saying that they need to call a number, that their computer's been infected with viruses. Don't call the number. If you get somebody calling you on the phone claiming they're from Microsoft or somebody else saying that they've detected viruses coming from your computer and they want access to your computer, do not give them access to your computer. That is the fastest way to get your personal information hacked and your credit cards and bank statements compromised and lead to all sorts of issues dealing with credit fraud and all that. Under no circumstances should you give anyone that you don't know or explicitly trust permission to access to your computer. if you get a pop-up saying that you need to call Microsoft, go on Google and Google Microsoft support number. It's an 800 number, and call them from that number. Don't call them from any number provided to you by a pop-up or web page that's not a trusted source. If you continue to get these messages, it's possible that you have some sort of adware or virus on your computer. You should bring it in and let us check it out for you. Some cases, all you got to do is just reset your browser and those messages should go away. But sometimes they don't. So again, you should just bring your computer in and let us take a look at it and make sure there's nothing wrong with it. And that's the Reboot Tech Tip for the week.
Hello Walton County, this is Kevin Littlewood, Chairman's Report on Channel 16, Walton Entertainment. I want to talk to you a little bit about things that's going on in the county, and then I'll give you some ideas on things that we may see coming up over the next 6 to 8 months. First of all, the legislature has just wrapped up the 2017 legislative session. Did want to talk to you about a couple of things that passed that could be in our favor. Like in the city of Monroe or city of Loganville, city of Circle downtown, an old area that had kind of went away and need to be revitalized. House Bill 73 was a revitalization tax zone. If anyone moves into those areas with a business and creates new jobs, you can get tax credits there to try to help that blighted area in the cities. That's could be a positive for the community. And something that could really help out for as a tax base and helping that area take off. Also, I want to talk to you a little bit about the House Bill 134. That was the single county T-Splice referendum, as Northeast Georgia is one of the fastest growing areas in the state. We were excited to hear that the legislature passed this, where any one county could go and pass up to 1 penny. It could be a half a penny, it could be a quarter penny, up on total transportation for the county. As I told you here many a times, you know, the roads that are in Walton County are pretty much the same roads that were here in the 70s when our population was in the high 20s or low 30s, and now we're approaching 95,000. So that's some concerns. Not saying that the Board of Commissioners anytime soon is going to look at a T-Splice, but it does give us that opportunity. While I'm talking on transportation, we will be meeting with Georgia DOT on May the 3rd with some major concerns about the 138 corridor traveling from Monroe out to Walnut Grove and out of the county. That is a very congested highway. It's full of capacity, and it needs some passing lanes and some intersection improvements. And so also, we're waiting on the city of Monroe to get their new city manager. There are some things that we're going to talk about out in front of the hospital, out in front of Walmart, and that intersection out there at the Liberty First Bank needs some improvements, and we want to be able to get that opportunity while we're talking with the state on that. I want to update the heavy rains we've had recently has really helped Hard Labor Creek. Hard Labor Creek is continuing to fill. We are in the process. They did stock it with fish back in the fall, so there is some opportunities. I don't think we've released the times yet, but I will get those dates for the next show and talk to you about when we can possibly fish there. But it's still a little ways off before we can be a full pool and be able to pull any water from there, whether it be raw or treated. We have not approved a water treatment facility there, so we would have to pump raw water from there if we treated it elsewhere. So, but it is an asset to have water in the county, and Hard Labor Creek is going to be a great asset for the county and the region in years to come for its economic development. We also, the Walton County Development Authority has created the East Metro Mega Site, which is 1,000+ acres on 278. Just between Oasis and I-20 on the lower end of our county. We're hoping to maybe land a car manufacturer or some type of major manufacturing in that area that would produce a lot of jobs here. It's just across the interstate from the Joint Development Authority, where Shire, which was Baxter, and so we're looking to bring economic boom in Walton County along that I-20 corridor. I've said many a times, I-85 is filling up towards South Carolina, so I-20 is going to be the next corridor, and so that's something we're looking. Speaking of jobs, our companies and corporations and our small businesses in Walton County and Monroe still have job openings. If you're seeking a job, there's something for you, and if you're willing to work, they'll put you to work that day. And so if you got a child getting out this summer, or if you just getting out yourself this summer and wanting a job, there's a lot of companies here in our town, a lot of businesses in the county that are looking to hire you. They just want you to be drug free and want you to be willing to work. So that would be something that would really be good. Good wages and good hours on most of these places, and so please take advantage of that opportunity. We got a lot of good things going on in Walton County. We are closing in on the budget. We're working on the Walton County budget. We should have that thing presented to the board late May, early June. Should be out for you to review. We are taking a little emphasis on public safety and trying to improve some of those areas of need that has been brought to the light here over the last few months in the county, and so that will be some of the issues that we hope to tackle in this budget as we go forward. If you have any questions or concerns, please give me a call, 770-267-1316. Thank you. Shoot.
Hey, thanks for tuning in today. As always, we're going to show you some of the dogs and cats that are here at Walton County Animal Control. Of course, this isn't a dog or a cat, but this is the time of year where we're starting to get calls about these kind of critters. This is a common black rat snake. We find these all over the place. Probably 90% of the calls that we get at Animal Control are about these snakes. They're actually completely harmless unless you're a bird or a rat. But they might give you a heart attack. They're really common, they're totally harmless, so there's no need to go chopping them up with a shovel. In fact, it is illegal to kill snakes like this in Georgia. If you see these out in your yard, the best thing to do is just let them be. They'll move on their own. They're scouting your property for some food, for some mice, for some rats, other small rodents. They're great climbers. They'll climb up in a tree or climb up the side of your house looking for birds' nests. They like to raid those birds' nests and get some eggs out of there. They'll actually eat eggs whole. This one, like I said, is a real big one. He's recently eaten something. I don't know what it is, but he was stretched out on someone's kitchen table, which I can imagine scares the heck out of some people. Now with Animal Control, if you see one of these in your yard and you call us, I hate to tell you, but we're not going to come. A snake outside is the natural habitat for a snake, so you just kind of leave them alone and let them move on. Now if they're inside your house and you can see where it's at, you can give us a call. We'll send an officer out like we did yesterday to catch this big one. But again, other than the fear that it strikes in you, they're completely harmless. You can just let them be if you see them outdoors, and they'll move on their own. You can call us or call the Department of Natural Resources if you've got other questions about them or a problem. But really, they're just pretty cool creatures. Enjoy them. Let them move out on their own and resist that temptation to chop them up with your shovel. Now we're going to show you some of the dogs and cats that are here at the shelter.
We've got a black lab retriever mix. He's very sweet. He seems to get along with others. He's probably about 3 years old. He's very sweet and he needs a home. He's not neutered.
This is Sadie. She is a 2-year-old pit bull. She's very sweet, very kind.
Hey everybody, we got us a nice little bird dog right here, female. See how sweet she is? Maybe 4 years old. Looking for a good home, make a nice pet.
We got a lab mix. He's probably about 2 or 3 years old. He's not neutered. He is housebroken. He gets along with others and he likes kids. He needs to be neutered. He needs a home fast.
This is Starla. She's 4 years old and she's a pit mix. This is Nemo. He's about 1 year old and he was an owner surrender, so he's available anytime after now.